Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Alright, I think we're good. Well, court is about to adjourn. Before you, I have Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are continuing. We finished case 1 a couple weeks ago. It's probably been almost a month since we played this, but I wanted to get back to it. This stream tonight's going to be kind of short, so it's going to be about 90 minutes or less. But we're going to see how far we can get into case 2. Anyway, let's go ahead. Continue. It'll probably be about an hour, if I had to guess. Also, I realize my soundbar isn't on, so that's why my audio's been really weird today. Hello? This is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia! What's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you, right? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like the statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now. You know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock, to pick it up? I'll be in the pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis. I expect dinner, something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep. I'll be waiting, Maya. Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You are not configurous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. My dear Miss Faye, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Faye. Yep. Rip. Red. White. Blue. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Smell blood, and that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia. Chief's okay. Let's see, we gotta move. Smell. Blood. What's this? Someone's there. Uh-oh. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? Oh wow, what's up everybody? Hello. Welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I went back to the chief
Raider
where she lay under the
Nation
window.
raided my stream with 11 viewers.
Thank you, Raider. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Let's see. SO. Got you. How did Halo end? I was there for most of it, but I didn't see that. Oh my god, my autocorrect. This is what happens when you have to rely on technology to be decent. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Lady Stars. Thank you. You got me covered. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. What's up, Trunks? Thank you so much for the follow. I can't even keep... Who was it? Alright. Chief. Let's see, I should probably examine her. That sounded wrong. Chief, it's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker, lying next to her, must have been the murder weapon. Got that to the court record. There are shards of glass near the chief's body. Must be pieces of glass, the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Alright, glass shards added to the court record. Thanks for the lurk. I always appreciate it. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Uh-oh. That's no good. The word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. So we just met Maya, who is Mia's sister, and now we have this bloody piece of paper with her name on it. Halo was good, got through a chunk of today. I think you saw most. Okay, cool. This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. Receipt added to the court record. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police. Find out what that girl was doing here. BRB. Alright, I appreciate it, Raider. Alright, so they want me to move. That girl from just now. Where'd she go? I put her right on that sofa. So essentially Mia's younger sister, passed out the second I found her. Hope she didn't run on me. There she is. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya. Maya Faye. Maya Faye? Maya? So Mia was writing that girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? Never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Well, there is now. Present. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. Uh-oh. That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. I better hurry up and call the police. Alright, let me talk to her. She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? I came in, the room was dark. Sis. But she was already dead. So, you're the chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. You were here, visiting? This late at night? Yes. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes, it was a clock. It was the thinker. If I go back to the office? We gotta figure out the next move here. Talk to her. Let me show her the thinker. About the thinker. The thinker? That was... Oh, sis. Probably shouldn't have asked her about the murder weapon. Oh, I need to call the police. Let me go to his freaking phone. I'm an idiot. Also, everybody that raided, how are you? Right. I better call the police. It's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like there was someone halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please, come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Alright, so this is all bad? I'm at the crime scene. Somebody witnessed, the scene with a dead lady in the corner. That's not good. Guess I should probably check on Maya again. So, let me go back to over here. Uh-oh. It's the cops. What's up, Spaghetti? This is new to me. So this is the beginning of the second case. So a lot of this game takes place in the courtroom, but there's a trial phase and an investigation phase. The first case is all trial, so you're in the courtroom, you're presenting evidence, cross-examining a witness, doing that type of stuff. Right now, we're in the investigation phase, so we're doing a little bit more point-and-click adventure stuff, and we gather evidence that we'll use in the trial phase right now. So that's kind of how this game is kind of split into two different parts. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze, police! All right, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying there was a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have. Ah. Whoa! Excuse me. This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in their own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. How do you know that? You weren't there. Killer? Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, madam. What? It's hard switching between all these voices. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for the hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. All right. Now we're at the detention center. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Well, she was at the crime scene with a bloody note with her name on it. Just saying. Also, Trunks, the music in this game slaps so freaking hard. I kind of hope I get to the court scenes, because those have the best music, but the rest of the music is still incredible. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Of course I will. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Oh, did I say the wrong thing? She looks even sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought that. It's okay, I understand. And I've always heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd it go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the parts of evil types. Only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get in trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Wow. 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 I don't remember that line, but wow. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Maya, Mia, I know. So let's talk to her. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this is what we acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it to you? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. Spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Let's talk about spirit mediums. So you're an acolyte, or spirit medium in training. That's right. The Faith family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive Wait a second. You said May family. So Mia was into this stuff too? She's a freak? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait, what? So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just talk and ask who killed her. Sorry, I'm still in training. I couldn't really do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Can you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes. That clock shaped like the Thinker. The one Larry made. That happened in Trial 1. How could that have been evidence in this case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. So, interesting thing about this game, it takes place in the year like 2015 or 2016, but the game was actually developed back in 1999, I think might have been the first one, 1998, 1999. It's actually a Game Boy Advance game. So, even though it's 2016, they have like those really old cell phones. Any 90s kids would know what I'm talking about. So, you say you have your conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. She's way too happy to be in a holding cell. I mean, she has her moments. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gunchew, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note, too, so you don't forget, okay? Sure. Thanks. Okay, so we got a memo. Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask for him to represent me? Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn. Wow. This guy right here just got chopped liver, I guess. Insanity plea. Say, what about your parents? Uh-oh. I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. Trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. The visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to Grossberg. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention to run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. Alright, he's not here. Guess we are going to Bay Law offices. The office is filled with police officers. They're all basically searching for clues. Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Huh. Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Bucks guy. He was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. By me, nonetheless. Right. And you were... We're just gonna go with Gumshoe. That's his actual name. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right. At your service. Hang on. That's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick. Get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. He is such a good character. He is hilarious. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Whew. He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Let's go ahead and talk to him a little bit. About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any type of special treatment here. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all. Okay, let's talk to Maya about Maya. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't going to win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means. You being a lawyer and all. Let's talk about Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait. You do know him, don't you? Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He doesn't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Don't talk about him like that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Right. So, we've got to present Maya's memo to him. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I haven't. Do you think you can give it back? Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. I'll tell him straight, whatever. He doesn't scare me. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Fine. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope. I know nothing, pal. Truer words have never been spoken about this man. A cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. The cell phone holds all of a girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. Already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call recordings in there after all. Seems you didn't notice the recorded conversation. This guy is such an idiot, but I love him. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Right. Yep, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to the witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. Sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you sent her home already then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. Thanks for telling me where she is. So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Alright. So, let's go ahead and look at this. Okay. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I wanted you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker. And it tells you the time. Ah, I should probably tell you that clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? I'll leave that one up to your imagination. See you tonight at 9. Okay, so that's evidence. We'll need it later. Guess we're gonna go to the Gatewater Hotel. Also, all the names in this game, every single one pretty much is a pun. So Gatewater, obviously Watergate, if you're familiar with that. Wow. I gotta find a voice for her. Hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting. I can hardly contain myself. Let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. That's a weird sentence right there. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Foreshadowing. Oh, what's this, screwdriver or whatever? Let me check it out. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! Doing? No touching! Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Alright, let's talk to her, I guess. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Ooh, observed? Incident? You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it. Pretty please? Let me see, dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to just come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. Oh boy is right. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right? Can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. I see that there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Ooh, what an amazing power of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like, on television? Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Okay, so... is there anything I can present to her? I don't think so. Let me go to Grossberg. Well, maybe I should just wait for him to come back. If that isn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Oh, so you're the one they say is looking for me? Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I had imagined. That badge on your collar. Oh, so you're the lawyer, are you now? Yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please, proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? All this talking is making me a little lightheaded. I'm not even going to lie to you guys, but I'm going to keep powering on. Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya. Maya Fey? Ah, yes, Maya Fey. Go on. What's with that strange reaction? Cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here. You just said you weren't busy, bro. I can't go talking on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry. End of discussion. We've got about 30 more minutes that I can do this. I got another engagement, so we're going to play for about 30 more minutes. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? Let's talk to him about everything. How can you refuse me like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just, I'm, busy, you see. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye. Creep. I'm living for this voice acting. I am putting my 110% into this. I am honestly lightheaded right now. This is more talking than I probably do in a regular week. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Think not. Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. Hey, Lady Stars, by the way, would about 10 minutes before 11 be good for us to start setting up things for the separate stream? I just want to make sure you have like enough time to set up the Discord and I'm ready for it. Okay. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? How do you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Wright the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left me one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Huh, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. I'll do that in 20 minutes. Okay, cool. Just, drop me a notice when you need me, for sure. No, I won't sell it. Not even the... Bro, I just started as a lawyer. I'm broke right now. My mentor got killed. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Alright, now to make it feel extra bad, I'm going to submit... Oh, wait. Did I already give him the thing? So he can't even deny me. I guess I go back to me at this point. Hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, let's be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and... Wow, that is the biggest lie you could tell. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. Let's talk about it. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the past few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see, that morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murder. So, the funny thing about the thinker, and I say funny in air quotes, is that it was actually the thing that killed the first victim in the first trial. So, it's literally been the murder weapon in 2 trials back to back. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. And I don't know where my mother is. I don't know. So she could still be alive? And without spoiling too much about future games, they set a lot of stuff up in this trial that happened literally like 2 games from now. It's incredible. This is honestly like my favorite story trilogy in a video game. It is just so well done. The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced that she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her. All by herself, up on that mountain. So, who was this man who, ruined your mother's life? About 15 years ago. Sorry, I skipped one on accident. It made quite a stir. Everybody was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. So essentially, a murder occurred, and they decided to use a spirit medium to figure out who did the murder. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow. So what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped, the police capture was innocent. Police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But the man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. I'm starting to get a feel for, like, her voice and Phoenix's voice. This is good. I'm learning on the job right here. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White? Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you, whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well, someone else is the culprit. You weren't the culprit. Someone else is. How do you know? I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer. But there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness's strange behavior, is that all an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help out Maya. But more than that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad, or more lonely than that. I know, I've been there, a long, long time ago. Again, this foreshadowing is so on point. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for people who have no one else on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. I'm really starting to get into this. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right. Thank you. Whew. She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes. And I trust you. But you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what's inside that woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into that drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Alright. So let's go back to the Gatewater Hotel. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come to this room to deliver service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you have no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no. Hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait. Now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Oh, I almost forgot. You came back that quick? Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Coat has phoned. Oh, right. Sure. Switching between those two voices is messing with me. When I have to switch between voices really fast, that's when I start, like, messing up the actual lines. Mr. White of Blue Corp. Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy that ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Alright, let's examine. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? Huh. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this. I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial. That's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, you know what I mean.
Oh, bellboy. Still here?
Uh-oh. I'm Scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. To be continued. Alright, so we've got about 20-25 minutes to start this court scene. Oh. I have to get a little bit of water. That was a lot of talking. I'm gonna hydrate. Whew. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Sorry about that. What's up, spaghetti? Yes, hydration. Essential for a streamer. I literally drank that so fast, I have water running down my chin. I drank that just like I had cigarettes. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Edgewood. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgewood, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. Cat jam. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene of this crime, Detective Gumshoe. Man, I am switching between 4 voices right now, and it is breaking my brain. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Oh, this is breaking my brain. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Whew. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. So, the thing about the statue is it's not actually a statue, it's a clock. It's kind of a multi-purpose statue. So, when you touch it, it says, I think it's 9 p.m. or I think it's 4 a.m. It's a weird clock. You learned that in the first trial. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this Hard evidence. Okay. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. I gotta get his voice down. It's different than what I'm doing. The very moment, you say. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Also, Trunks, I was explaining this earlier, but we were in the investigation phase. Now we're in the trial phase. This is kind of like a shift in the gameplay. So I'm going to be cross-examining what Detective Gumshoe just pretty much said. And I'm going to find contradictions in his testimony. And I'll present evidence as I find loopholes, essentially. Oops. Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradiction in a witness's testimony, she would bluff and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It works lots of times. Huh. I should have expected Maya would know her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. So yeah, you'll get to see a little sample of this. I'm definitely not going to get through this whole court phase tonight. But we might get through about 2 or 3 cross-examinations. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright, so let's actually look at this and dissect it. I don't think there's anything noteworthy about that. 2 people there already, we already know that. We know that. We know that. We had a witness describing her. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, right? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious. And she sure isn't Pink, pal. That's the voice I need right there. Well, I guess she is Pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Ugh. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Okay, so we're gonna get some new testimony. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. We know that. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, the victim's blood was found on the victim's finger. Messed up. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Aw, man. We're gonna hear some killer music right now. I hope you guys are ready. You guys are about to experience why Phoenix Wright is the most incredible thing. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Alright. So, before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Alright. So he messed up pretty bad, and I'm gonna explain it. Okay. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. So, I really should go through all of these pieces of evidence. I'll do that and explain to you why I know he messed up. So, oops, I didn't actually mean to press that. Detective Gumshoe. Do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, detective. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess. I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point there, pal. Objection! Stop right there. The witness's opinions on this matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. This whole testimony. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Okay. So, let me do this correctly this time. It's right here. So, I'm gonna just go over all the pieces of evidence, and then I'll explain why there's a contradiction. So, attorney's badge, you always have that. That's just showing that you're an attorney. Mia's autopsy report. We'll get back to that one. The cell phone, we already saw that. That was the phone call between Maya and Mia, where they talked about hiding the evidence, or, you know, like, not hiding the evidence, but Mia giving Maya her evidence for the trial she was working on. Glass shards. The broken remains of a glass light stand. Broken beyond all recognition. The thinker. The murder weapon. Looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock, made by Larry Butch. Larry is Phoenix Wright's friend. He was also the defendant, the person on trial in the first trial. Wiretap. Found in Miss May's hotel room. Receipt. A department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. Floor plans. The murder scene. Maya Fey and co-offices. So, some evidence you can actually examine even further. This shows essentially the diagram of the room. That cone right there is the field of vision that April May had into the room. So, that's not exactly relevant right now, but it will become relevant. Okay, but let's go back to the autopsy report, because this is what's important right now. He said, before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name, before she died. So, let's look at the autopsy report. Time of death, 9/5 at 9 p.m. Cause, single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. If death was instantaneous, she wouldn't have had time or a chance to write the victim's name. So, we have our first contradiction. Objection. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the chance to write anything down.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? It was the day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... Hello there, a Witter fan. How do I pronounce that? I'm sorry. A Witter fan? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What do you mean it's outdated? What? A second autopsy report was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. A Wither fan. Alright, how are you doing, Wither fan? But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write might. That is all. It is so god tier. I actually have, I have a sound alert that uses this music. I see. Darn you, Edgeworth. I should have known that you'd have something like that up your sleeve. Alright. I think I can get through one more cross-examination and then we're gonna have to call it for the night. Why, Mr. Wright? You look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard there's nothing you wouldn't do to get your verdict. Are you joking? The Magic 8 Ball is so hilarious. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this autopsy report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. We got the new updated autopsy report. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. I love his emotes so much. This isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her very eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? The mortar. Changing between voices is so freaking hard. Like, my brain is going on 11 right now trying to keep all of them in line. Witness. Witness. Your name, please.
April May. At your service.
Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this room. Fact. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th, when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like, in my hotel room? I checked in after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw. Oh, okay. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with a long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. That girl, she caught up to her and, like, she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. I have such a headache right now. All of these voices. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, she just died. How dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Alright. Try to get through this one and maybe one more if we're lucky. We know it was 9. We know Mia had long hair. We know she's lying about that, but we don't have any proof that she's lying about it. Let's press her on this. She dodged. Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please, continue to your testimony. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was, like, small. Who else could it be but her? She has a point. Question your testimony. Yeah, always question. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all? I know why she didn't see, but... Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yeah, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Good point. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, her witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But, still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What do you mean? What are you trying to say, Mr. Lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. Bogus. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. My female voices need some work. I'm not gonna lie. Your testimony again, if you would. I almost had her. She is super cringe, but it is hilarious.
I saw everything, I did. The incident, the woman, the victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. Hippie clothes. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock? The thinker, I think? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
Why does she have red eyes? Only wish you had been this detailed from the beginning. Please, begin your cross-examination. Alright. We're gonna get through this, guys, and then we're gonna call it. Okay. So she said she dodged to the right. I think this is probably Vegas, and I'll explain why in a second. Is that right? Is in your right? As you look from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right! It was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue.
Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
How convenient for you to remember hippie clothes. Okay, I will be there in just a moment. This shouldn't take that long. That's what you mean. That's what she was wearing.
Oh, and her hair was all done up in a bun.
Ugh. What happened then?
She hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did.
Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see. What sort of weapon was it?
That clock, the statue clock, the thinker, I think?
That's also really fishy. I'm gonna explain why in a second. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well?
Don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. So, there's no way, if she's witnessing the crime from her field of vision, she would have seen the thinker potentially. But the thing is, there's no way she would have known it's a clock. Because literally the outside of the thing has no indication whatsoever that it's a clock. It doesn't actually have a physical representation of the time. You actually have to touch it for the time to sound off. So, objection. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing?
Cool. You'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. Yes, objection theme is such a GOAT track. It is incredible. I love it. And he was found guilty of murder. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Objection!
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Objection. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
No, I'm not. Nah, fam. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught the murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. That was close.
he stopped me there, the trial would be over. What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was the clock? What? That's because I heard it? Yes. I heard it. You couldn't have heard it, no? So, you've been to the offices of Fay & Co.? No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off in the building next door.
Objection!
You have proof that she could not? Amateurs. Listen to me, Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. Then I would like to propose a test to see if she could really have heard it. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Indeed, objection sustained. Time to switch directions, quick. Alright. I'm not satisfied. It couldn't have rung. That's right, it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang because it's empty. The clock is missing its clockwork. Lady Stars, I will be there in just a minute. How could you possibly? Just take a look, right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Alright. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. Alright, this is where we're gonna call it. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is a pretty good cliffhanger. I am going to give a shout out to Lady Stars. I am going to be streaming. I'm not going to be streaming, but she is going to be playing a game and I will be playing it with her. So you guys catch me there in a couple of minutes, okay? Alright. And without spoiling too much, I don't think she'll mind, we're going to be playing Valorant. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a good evening. Also, now that I can get off of this screen, I can actually see who followed me. If I connect this thing. My setup's a little weird. Sapathia, thank you for following. I really do appreciate that. Also, thank you Raider for the raid. Thank you Lady Stars for modding. Thank you everybody who showed up. Thank you Trunks for hanging out. I really liked doing all these voices. It got me out of my streaming comfort zone, so expect to see more of this in the near future. Maybe this is a Sunday thing for me. Have a good evening.